What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Talkoffame podcast. I'm Kylie Montaigne as a host, and I hope everyone is having an amazing day. As most of you know, I'm a huge Elvis person ever. Like, I'm the biggest Elvis fan ever, and have been loving his music for a long time. So today, you may be wondering, like, who's the guest for this episode? So I'm super excited to introduce Louis Brown, who's a multi-winning international Elvis tribute artist. I've been following Louis for a long time now, and his work as an Elvis tribute artist is absolutely amazing. And I'm super excited to chat with him all about it. Thank you so much, Louis, for coming on taking the time. How are you doing?
I'm amazing. Thank you, Kylie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you enjoying the Elvis Festival down in Wales?
It's great, actually. We the festival started probably just about a couple of hours ago now, and it runs all the way through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've got 12 shows in 3 days, so busy over the weekend. But yeah, it's probably one of the biggest festivals in the world, I think. So I'm excited to be part of it here, but even more excited to be joining you here on the podcast.
Thank you so much. Are you there every single day or just there for like one day?
I'm here. I'm here for the full festival. So yeah, I've been here. I arrived here yesterday, late evening, and it was about a 9 hour drive for me in total. But yeah, and then I'll go home Monday afternoon and see the dog and things.
Ooh, that's exciting. I'm now so jealous that you're there now. Like I knew there's so many Elvis festivals, but I am just like in the UK, since the UK is one of my favorite places. And so like having an Elvis festival in the UK, especially Wales, is like, oh my God, you're living my dream at this moment. Like having to see you one day. But like I wanted to ask you, like, how did like or where did you kind of find your love for Elvis?
So my love for Elvis really stems from the upbringing that I've had. So a lot of my family friends, especially my mum and dad as well, have all been obviously grown up in the 50s, 60s, 70s. So they've all been sort of accustomed with Elvis anyway. And yeah, it's just the kind of thing where, as a child, I was basically all I was listening to was Elvis. My dad used to sing Elvis. He used to be an Elvis tribute. So it just all really stemmed from there, and I've just sort of listened to the songs and tried to copy them as best as I can. But that's where it started, really. So yeah.
I love that. Like that, it's like crazy how much family really plays like a really impact on like you listening to other artists. Because I know for me as well, like my aunt grew up listening to Elvis. Like she saw him in concert, I think once or twice. And basically it's a huge obsession with Elvis to the point where she literally has like a small like portion of no, well, kind of like a made thing of Graceland every Christmas and plays Elvis music all the time, mentions Elvis all the time. I'm like, what
Yeah.
is like I've never been crazy about like someone as Elvis, but then once the Elvis movie came out, well, I listened to Elvis before the Elvis movie came out, but that movie just made me the hugest Elvis fan you'll
Yeah.
ever meet in your life. Like I literally
I
got like
bet.
a whole picture of things of him. Like it's just crazy. But did you ever see the Elvis movie?
Yes, I actually went to go see it quite a few times, and it was great. I think Austin Butler did a really good job
Mm,
on portraying Elvis. I think
yeah.
I think I wouldn't have picked anybody else to do it after seeing the film. I think the film was really it was brought across really well, and it was great for younger people to watch that film and learn more about how Elvis started and the younger Elvis rather than the Elvis that everybody's sort of grown to just sort of it's like an imaginary stereotype of Elvis, in a jumpsuit and eating a burger kind of thing. It's good to actually now have people thinking and knowing what Elvis was actually like.
Mm, yeah, like that, like you said, like the movie is amazing portrayed. Like that movie is honestly not necessarily now because I like Elvis, but it's like honestly, from my opinion, one of the best movies that came out of this generation over the
Yeah,
last couple of years. Because the way like they did it in a way they kind of portrayed Elvis and everything was perfectly really said. And the way Austin did it, it just made me kind of realize, I'm not sure for you as well, but I honestly thought that was actually Elvis performing, not Austin Butler at the same time.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I agree.
But like when did you like actually get kind of started performing Elvis's music? Like did you start it like before the pandemic or did you just kind of start it after?
I literally only started properly singing during the pandemic. Never mind just Elvis. Like I didn't really sing a lot. I did a few school plays when I was younger and things, you know. But actually, seriously, trying to learn to sing and things like that, I only started in the pandemic. And and yeah, I sort of learned and tried to grow from there, and that's it really. I learned. I started learning the Elvis trade sort of maybe a year and a half ago. That was when I really first started knuckling down and trying to sound like Elvis and sing Elvis songs. But other than that, I haven't really done a great deal, to be honest, before then.
Yeah, like nothing's honestly better than the civics, like learning Elvis's style and everything. Like when you try to be like Elvis, like it's just like you kind of get step into like his shoes, even though he's not here. You just kind of get like see his life
Yeah,
through his eyes, even though like you never got to like some people might have not gotten the opportunity to be, in the same room,
of course. Yeah, you've got to try and pretend to be Elvis, and
Mhm.
that's how you try and get the best outcome for your show. You know,
Yeah.
is people you want to create the illusion that people are watching Elvis, and and thankfully, I think a lot of people think that I do that quite well, which is a very fortunate and positive thing for me. So,
Yeah, you do actually do it well though. I seen like videos on social media. It's actually like fantastic, I have to say. It's really,
oh, thank you.
but like how did kind of your father's journey as an Elvis tribute artist kind of impact you to kind of be one too?
Funny story, actually. So he was an Elvis tribute when I was maybe 3 or 4 years old. So it was about 18 to 20 years ago, and so I never actually got to see him, or I don't remember seeing him as an Elvis tribute. But the thing for me is, I think it's the same with like siblings, with family things. It was all about competition for me. I always wanted to beat him. I always wanted to do better.
Mhm.
It'd be a running joke, and it still is a running joke in our family now that who's the better one. Um, but yeah, it's that was really what inspired me to learn and knuckle down and perfect the minute details. Is trying to outdo my dad. I
Mhm.
wanted just to be able to sing a song and him say yeah was good. You know
Yeah, I
I
totally
think that
understand
that's
that. It's
how it
like a
happened.
father and son rivalry of who's a better tribute artist like that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
But like, how did you kind of like memorize his like moves and also his voice? Because I know like, you do it pretty well, but how did you kind of like memorize his voice and everything he was doing as an artist?
It actually is all about repetition. How do you learn to ride a bike? You just keep doing it until you get it right. It's the kind of the same principle. I spend most days at least watching one video of Elvis. Singing, dancing, moving, smiling, um, things like that. And it's a lot of things that help me is I just listen to Elvis singing a song, just any song, and I'll just sing over the top of his voice, really quietly, see if my voice sounds the same, and if it doesn't, how can I get it to sound the same? The moves you learn just by trial and error, because I felt really embarrassed when I started doing Elvis moves. I was thinking, oh, what are my friends going to think? How stupid do I look right now? But then you do it right and you feel good doing it. You know when you've got to move right because you feel good, and that's just down to trial and error. On stage you've got to do it in front of a live audience, see what the reaction's like, and go from there. But it's all muscle memory, and yeah, I said the most important thing is practice. Is just doing it over and over again until you get it right, or somewhat
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, it's kind of like learning, like you're just having the first day of school and learning a new mouse skill, doing it all over again. But I'm kind of
Yeah.
curious, like, what does your Elvis voice sound like? Like, how would you kind
Oof.
of say like an Elvis impression? Like, I don't know. Like, I really can think of an Elvis impression, but I can't think of any at the top of my head.
It's pretty sort of like a deep. Um, I don't know. I'd probably say like um, Roy Orbison, bit of Roy Orbison, a bit of Jerry Lee Lewis. I don't know. Elvis's voice changed throughout the years, so it's kind of um, if you're talking about the 50s, it's the early Elvis was more, you know, very not croaky, but very rough around the edges, you know,
Yeah.
um, very sort of like rock and roll, like trying and giving it everything and not being afraid to ruin your voice, like your voice or your vocal cords. If you get to the 60s, the movie stuff, that was more sort of perfected. His voice was very, I always say round, doesn't make sense, but you know, if you listen to his voice and you picture like just rubbing your hand over like a round edge or something, like that
Mm-hmm.
could be what the voice sounds like. I don't know. Smooth and silky, you know.
Mm-hmm.
68 was a bit more of the 50 stuff, but just 68 was more just gravel and
Yeah.
just
Especially,
imagine, yeah,
yeah,
like imagine
especially like the
dragging like
68 comeback special, like his voice was like
yeah,
kind of like deeper than usual.
yeah. It was he was singing and he didn't care sort of what whether he lost his voice for hours or if he didn't. He put everything into that show because he felt it and he was worried about failing again. Because he's to be fair, his Hollywood career was failing a little bit towards the end. So this comeback special really was the comeback of Elvis. It was the make and break,
Yeah.
and it was either going to go really well, like it did, and as we saw, or it could have gone the other way and flopped. But you know, me as an Elvis fan, like first and foremost, we're all really lucky that '68 comeback special was a thing
Yeah.
because we wouldn't have had Vegas Elvis if it wasn't for that. But yeah, it all depends. It is really hard to describe what the voice is because I don't know. I just try and do it.
Yeah, like you said, like it's just like with the 68 comeback special, like it was a make or break. Like they said his Hollywood career, I know he was an actor at one point, he was in the military and this went around the edges and stuff like that. But it's like the 68 special is like if he doesn't do well, his career is like over, like he would never
Yeah,
recover. But there's still like he was still one of the best singers ever at that time, even though
yeah,
like he wasn't maybe as popular as he was maybe like previous years.
yeah. There was no doubt that Elvis was one of the best, if not the best, vocal singer um, at, at that time. But it was all about, people were not seeing him as a singer in 60, 66, 67, 68, People were seeing him as a failed movie actor. And so
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people's opinions on Elvis changed because he wasn't this young kid who was shaking his legs and, with the flicked back hair and messy look. He was a polished, almost wax figure. Um, which wasn't great at movies. That's what the opinion was. So, you know, that's why the impact of 1968 comeback special was so huge because,
Mm-hmm.
it changed people's views back to what they were previous to the Hollywood phase.
Yeah, because like when he started acting, like people really kind of started seeing him more as an actor rather
Yeah,
than seeing him as a singer. Because I know he was in movies like Blue Hawaii, Jailhouse Rock, and some of those other movies. But it's like when he was did all those movies, like they weren't like I wouldn't say popular, but they're not as big as some movies of that generation type of thing. And people were
yeah,
didn't kind of like more seriously saw him as an actor in the 60s and an actual singer-songwriter. So like the
yeah.
68 comeback special really kind of switched things between is he an actor now or is he now a singer or is he doing both at the same time?
Yes, yeah, definitely. And like I say, we're all very thankful that that happened, because
Mm-hmm.
look at us today. We're 40, I think 48 years later, after he died, and we're like me especially. I'm traveling the world, you know, sharing my love of the King's music with people across the world, and that's how
Mm-hmm.
lucky we are that we had someone like him to, and it was even before my time. It was
Yeah.
he died 25 years before I was born.
Mhm.
And it's, we're never going to see anybody like that again. Never.
Oh, never. Yeah, like no one will ever, live up to what Elvis had, like when he was performing. Because even though he died back in some August of 1975, about like 30 something years before I was born, like he's still growing up. He was the only person I knew who was the king of rock and roll. I never imagined
Yeah.
knowing who else was the king of rock and roll. It was always, Elvis that was always the king of rock and roll, and still
No, of
is
course.
in my world today. You know what I mean? Like I'll play his music in a car and I'm like, listen to his voice, I'm like, there's seriously there's
Yeah.
no one like that will live up to like his like how big he was at that moment, like with all his
No,
music.
never.
And it's like it's just crazy to see how much, how much legacy he really lived up to, especially 2023 with the Elvis movie. Like he literally like got so many more fans once the movie came out with Austin Butler.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. That movie did wonders for us, really. So credit to Austin Butler and Baz Luhrmann. Credit to
Oh
them.
yeah, definitely. And like what like do you have a favorite like Elvis song to perform?
Yes, I do. Yeah, my favorite Elvis song to perform is "If I Can Dream,"
Oh,
because
that's one of my
I
favorites.
I
Definitely.
just love the words. I love the meaning of the song. About passion and hope, and especially the line. Where all my brothers walk hand in hand. That's not about physical, like actual brothers. That's about people in general.
Yeah.
Everybody is a brother or a sister. I think that's the message that he was portraying. But I just love, I just love the song. It's a beautiful song, and I love singing it. I'm actually going to be
Mm.
singing that tomorrow night, actually,
Oh,
in
really?
the theater over here. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, like If I Can Dream is actually one of my favorite songs like ever, because like the way it's like, oh, if I can dream, I can talk. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
when I listen to that song, I'm just like in my own world wondering like, oh, can I dream this? Can I dream that? It's just like yeah, like just that song does not like meaning doesn't have to be about a dream. It's about people, like actual people living their
Yeah.
lives every single day. And like
Yeah,
I
of course.
think like did you do a TikTok on like if like about if I can dream? Like because
Yes, I did.
I was wondering because I think I saw a TikTok that came up on my For You page of you singing that. I could be
Yes,
wrong.
that was in Tupelo. That
Yeah,
was
but
in
I have to
Tupelo,
send you the
Mississippi.
video because I have it. Like I really like remember seeing that video. I have to find it, but it's like that song is seriously one of the best like songs
Yeah,
about like dreaming
100%.
and doing your dreams and everything.
100%. Yeah, definitely, I agree.
But do you have any? I know you're performing in the UK in Wales right now, but do you have any like upcoming gigs that you're doing as a tribute artist other than the tribute thing you're doing in Wales right now?
Yeah, I'm actually heading back over across the pond in the next month or so. So I'm actually going to Canada. There's a competition, Elvis competition over there in Huntsville, Toronto. So I'm heading over there, and then a week after that, I'm heading to New Orleans in Louisiana
Ooh.
um, to enter a competition there. So I'm getting all over the place. Got a lot of friends out there. I've got family in Canada, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And then obviously as alongside my UK tour as well, which goes on through the year. So
Ooh, amazing. I might have to go out to the Toronto show. I live, like it's only a couple of hours away, so I might have to check out the Toronto show.
you should definitely do that.
Oh, definitely. That I'm really going to convince my because I've been dying to go to Toronto for a while. So I'm like, I'm definitely going to use that as an excuse. But how far
Good.
do you often like usually travel for events? Like, do you usually just do more in the UK, or do you really prefer like traveling to Canada, US, like in other countries?
I do a lot of work in Holland, Belgium, so a lot of work in Europe with the company My Way Promotions. They put on a series of massive theatre shows, Elvis, which is great. So a lot of my work is actually in there. A lot of my 2024 diary is in Holland. But yeah, a lot of the work that I do is in the UK, not necessarily local, but we can drive from, one venue to another in 6 hours. It's not like the United States, where you have to take a 2 hour flight. Um, but yeah, no, a lot of my work is in the UK, but I do travel across the globe quite regularly, especially now. I never thought I'd be in the United States in 2023, never mind 2024. So
Mhm.
to be going to the States 3 times in 2023 is unbelievable, really. And, just grateful that I can do that.
Yeah, it's just what dreams are made of, you know? Like, do you have like a
100%.
favorite place that you traveled or looking forward to traveling?
I absolutely love Louisiana. Louisiana
Oh,
and Tupelo, Mississippi. Louisiana, just for the food, like the food in Louisiana was amazing. It was a bit hot. It was like 101 degrees or something, which was just miles too hot for me. Little English boy that's used to rain. Like, I mean, it's raining here right now. That's why I'm under shelter. Um, but like, yeah, Louisiana was good. Tupelo, I especially found in Tupelo that the people were just very friendly.
like the one place I'd recommend, I don't know if you ever been, but California, especially the Los Angeles, Santa Monica type of area, like I
Yeah.
would recommend going there. Like the people, the beaches, the food, like everything involved around that town, Los Angeles and stuff is absolutely amazing. I totally recommend. If you or New York City. New York City is also a big place for that. And I literally go to New York City often because I live so
Mm-hmm.
close. But if you ever need food recommendations or anything, just let me know. I'll give you literally send you all my favorite things down there. But this
I'm
is
sure I
seriously,
probably will do.
but
Yeah, I would love to go to New York.
yeah, it's seriously awesome. I can literally give you like all the top tier like New York places to visit. Like there's so many. But like, how do you kind of like pay tribute to Elvis each show that you play?
So it's more about being just being respectful is a big thing. You need to make sure that you're not people aren't looking at you and going, "Oh, this guy's just taking the mick." We try and we never think that we're Elvis, and I'll speak for all of the ETAs. I think we don't think we're Elvis. We know we're not Elvis. We're
Yeah.
definitely never going to be Elvis. We're just trying to keep his legacy living on for as long as possible in as many different places. Um, because that's what it's all about for us. If the legacy of Elvis dies, if people start not attending these events as much and things like that, then we lose that community and that family that we have, the Elvis family. But um, yeah, we just do it respectfully and yeah, just putting the suit on is great and sticking some sideburns on and some makeup and things. But um, yeah, it's all about the family and sharing the love and remembering him. Really, that's what it's about for me.
I love that. Like, I know with the tribute artists, like sometimes people could be like, oh, they're just trying to live up to his expectations, like trying to be like him or whatever. But it's like with being a tribute artist, it really, like you said, like, you're just trying to keep his legacy alive. Like, I remember when the Elvis movie came out, like, and I think it came out in June of, I know it came out last year, but I think it came out in June.
June.
But like I know when it came out, like I know that movie, Elvis's career and everything just started to get crazy again. I know when I was
Yeah,
scrolling through TikTok and social media, all I would see was Elvis
yeah,
or Austin Butler or something about the Elvis movie, which was seriously awesome. And I remember like dragging my friends to go see the movie with me without this, like, I have to see this movie again. Because this is one of the best movies to watch, you know? It's based off a true, kind of like a true story and everything. Like Austin Butler, Tom Hanks, and everyone involved in the cast was seriously just amazing that like you just can't resist seeing the movie again.
yeah. No, I agree with that. Yeah, 100%.
Like, have you
Definitely.
ever been to Graceland?
Yes, I was there for Elvis week. I stayed at the guest house and Todd Grayson and things. I love seeing the jumpsuits there. And seeing how skinny he was and crying a little bit because I'm not as skinny as he was at 35. And it's like, yeah, no, I absolutely love that. Touring the mansion is unbelievable. But yeah, I've been twice now to Graceland, and it's
Ooh.
still the same feeling when you walk through the door.
Yeah, like I am so jealous of that. Like I know I'm probably saying jealous way too much, but it is like I always wanted to go to Graceland. Like literally I would like see pictures. I'm like, you got to go, and I didn't go. Well, do you have like a favorite like spot at Graceland? Or like a
Yeah,
room or something that you
I,
saw that kind of sticks out to you?
yeah. To be fair, around the pool where his um, it's either between around the pool where the graves are, the family and Elvis and things, or in the racquetball court. You know, the racquetball court, you can see is the piano that he played for the last ever song he sang. You know, Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain was on that piano, and Unchained Melody. You know, but yeah, Around the Graves is just so mesmerizing and touching. You know.
Especially Lisa Marie passing away early this year.
Yeah.
It is like when we see those graves, whether it's like on social media or something, and this makes it more kind of not heartbreaking, but it's like it just means more to people to see all the family together. Like
Yeah.
his mom, his dad, him, Lisa Marie, his grandparents. Like it just like means more than you can ever say once you just don't have any words when you say it, like when you see it.
100%. Yeah, 100%. It is very touching when you're actually there. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite like Elvis moment or like an ERA that you was part of?
Um, no, not
Yeah, that's
really.
a very kind of hard question.
My favorite's the '68 comeback special. Personally, I love the songs. I love the appeal. I love the bravery to come out and do that. You know, yeah, I love that. That would be it. Yeah, 68 to 69 when he just started in the international as well. Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, no doubt. That was gonna be my answer too. I actually had a feeling you were gonna say 68 comeback special. But it's seriously like the 68 comeback special is probably my favorite also. It's like the way he just came back and like it's like he just came back like he never left ever.
Yes. Yep. He did.
And
It's
last thing on
beautiful.
that, like ask you before we head off. I don't want to take that much time for you, but what is one piece of advice you will give for upcoming Elvis tribute artists?
Yeah, just and this is quite a big thing, really. Is just remember who you're representing. You know, just yeah, like remember who, like the reason why we're all here. Just remember why we have these events. Remember why we pay money to go and see Elvis tributes. Like remember why we have Elvis tributes. It's because of him. You know, it's not because we're earning money. It's not because we're trying to be somebody else. You know, it's because we love Elvis. We're all Elvis fans, and there's a few of us that are just quite lucky that we're able to carry off being a tribute. You know, but we're all Elvis fans, so we all love Elvis, and you know, just being nice and being humble to everybody is very, very important. You know, because at the end of the day, the fans are the people that will buy your tickets and come see your show. So I would say just remember it's Elvis, the reason why we're doing this, and just be nice to everyone. Just enjoy it. Enjoy what you do.
I love that. You literally said it perfectly. But it's like we wouldn't like be doing what we're doing. Especially if it's like a tribute artist if it wasn't for Elvis. If Elvis wasn't Elvis, like we wouldn't well, you guys wouldn't be doing what you're doing, or we wouldn't
No,
be this impactful on music. So that is seriously
no,
well said.
exactly.
But I wanted to thank you so much, Willis, for coming on and taking our time. I appreciate it so much. You're everything you're doing about Elvis tribute artists and everything. You seriously means so much. Like, I know to me as well as fan, of course, but there's so many other people. Like you have so much talent, and it seriously means so much to have you on. And thank you everyone for listening. Make sure you go check Lewis out on social media. What's your social media platform? By the way,
If you
you want to check it out.
Yeah, if you type in Lewis Brown ETA into most social media platforms, I'll come up. And yeah, any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, message me, I'll try and do my best to give you my advice if you need it, if you want it.
Perfect. Everyone go reach out to Lewis. And thank you so much, Lewis, for coming on. I appreciate it so much.
No, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Have a great rest of your day, Lewis.
And yourself.
Thank you. Bye.